Okay, let's get into this. We have a really unique source material for our deep dive today.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at a concept that gets covered a lot, in self-help, but this time it's through a fable.
A charming one at
Yeah.
that. The bee's lesson in abundance.
Exactly. And it's not just a cute story. It's framed as a very specific instruction manual, all set in this place called Sunny Meadow.
That's absolutely right. And what we're trying to do here, our mission, is to treat the advice from the mentor, BennytheBee, as a literal instruction set.
Right.
We want to pull out the actual mechanics of how our internal state is supposed to, dictate our external world. We're looking for the how-to.
And we meet our student right away, Brandi-Lynn. The text says she has this little pink headband,
Yeah.
but she's completely frustrated, hovering over flowers, and her problem is just so immediate, so visceral. She says, my jar is half empty and I'm exhausted.
She is just swimming in that feeling of scarcity.
Totally. And that scarcity, it leads her straight to what she thinks is the logical solution.
Which is almost always the wrong one, isn't it? It's the one we all jump to first.
Yep. Benny asks her what she should do, and her immediate instinct is all about more effort.
Finding a bigger flower patch.
Ooh.
That's her answer. More searching, more work, find a new spot. All external.
And that just sets the whole thing up perfectly because Benny, he completely reframes the problem.
He does. He gives her the secret right away.
Yeah.
He says it's not about searching harder at all.
It's about feeling like you already have one.
Which is, that's a total flip of the script.
It really is.
It's the core of the whole fable. Benny explains the mechanism behind it. He says, the meadow gives us what we feel.
So our reality, the meadow, it's actually responding to our buzz, as they call it.
Yes. And he draws a very clear contrast. If you're worrying about being empty, the flowers literally close a little.
Wow.
But if you buzz with joy, like you're already full, then the flowers open right up.
So the environment itself it's dynamic. It's not static. It pulls back when you're needy, and it gives more when you feel secure.
Precisely. And that just challenges our entire cause and effect logic.
It does. We're all taught that the jar has to be full first, and then we can feel abundant.
But Benny says no, you have to feel abundant first. That's what fills the jar.
It's the ultimate chicken or the egg question, and he's saying the feeling absolutely comes first.
Right. The internal state is the cause, not the effect. But that's where it gets tricky, can feel a bit abstract.
Of course. If your jar is half empty and you're feeling that anxiety in your bones, how do you just flip a switch and feel full?
That's the critical question. How do you make that leap?
And the fable doesn't just leave us hanging with the theory. It gives Brandi-Lynn these really practical moment-by-moment instructions.
Exactly. Theory is cheap. We need the action. And Benny gives her 4 steps. First, he tells her to stop the frantic searching.
He says, close your eyes.
Step 1, stop looking outside yourself. Step 2 is visualization.
Picture the air full of sweet nectar.
And then the 3rd step is to ground that feeling in the now. Feel how rich the world already is.
But it's that 4th step. That's the one that I think is just a masterpiece, because it completely bypasses the problem of the empty jar.
It does. It's a very specific gratitude practice.
Yeah, he tells her to be grateful for 2 things that are just baseline truths about her.
She has to be grateful for the buzz in your wings and the sunshine on your back.
And let's unpack that, because the choice of those 2 things is so deliberate.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
He doesn't say, be grateful for the flowers or be grateful for the nectar you do have.
No.
He focuses her on her own inherent ability. Her wings, her power, and the supportive environment that's always there, the sun.
They're constants. They anchor her in a feeling of security that has nothing to do with how full her jar is in that moment.
But it works.
Yeah.
By focusing on those constants, the text says the tension just melts away.
Yeah.
She relaxes, she smiles.
And this is where it gets really good, because the result isn't something that happens later. It's instant.
The feedback loop is immediate and undeniable. The moment her internal state shifts, the external world responds.
First, a gentle breeze sweeps through the meadow.
And then, and this is the most astonishing detail in the whole story, a new cluster of blossoms unfolded right before them.
Wait, hang on. They unfolded.
They unfolded. This wasn't her just finding a patch she'd missed.
This was the environment actually creating a new supply for her.
Yes, manifesting it in direct response to her change in feeling. Her scarcity literally kept the meadow closed.
And her feeling of abundance brought new growth into being. That is the definition of abundance in this fable.
It is. And Benny just drives the point home right then and there. He gives us the quote that underpins everything.
See, the universe always matches your buzz.
The link is direct, it's observable, it's causal. Inner vibration creates outer manifestation. End of story.
And Brandi-Lynn, she gets it. Flying home, she sums it all up so simply.
Her big aha moment.
Yeah, when I feel full, the meadow fills up too.
Which brings us right to the main takeaway for you, for the listener. If you distill all of this down to one core idea,
It's that abundance isn't about how much you see.
it's about how good you feel. The feeling is the key. And that feeling is always available to you no matter what your bank account or your nectar jar looks like.
And what's so important is that the story shows this isn't just a one-time trick to solve a problem.
No, it becomes an integrated practice.
We see how Brandi-Lynn makes it part of her life. Every single morning, she has a little ritual when she ties her pink headband.
She whispers that affirmation.
I'm buzzing in abundance today.
It shows you have to keep doing it. It's a daily choice to set your internal state before you go out and face the world.
Exactly. And the fable's final lines confirm the powerful effect of that sustained practice. It says Sunny Meadow itself shimmered a little brighter.
Why?
Because 2 happy bees had learned to vibrate with plenty. The focus, right to the very end, is on the vibration.
So that really brings our deep dive to a close. The core lesson from the bees is that your external world, your meadow, it responds directly to your internal feeling, your buzz.
And that real generative abundance starts with being grateful for what you already have. Your own wings, the sun on your back, before you even look at the results.
And that idea leaves us with a really provocative final thought for you to take away. It comes straight from the premise of the text.
Okay.
If those flowers opened up for Brandi-Lynn based on that one small internal shift in her vibration,
Right.
what level of consistent, sustained joy or what kind of deep, confident vibration would you need to cultivate to shift a much larger or more resistant part of your own personal meadow?
Whether that's a challenge at work,
A difficult relationship, a long-term goal, what does it take to make that part of the meadow blossom?